fuel levies are petroleum development levy, road maintenance levy, railway development levy, petroleum regulatory levy, anti-adulteration levy, anti-adulteration levy. Yet we find that individuals who brought fuel in the country in the scandal that we see today is because that fuel has not met the requirements and the grade that is set for Kenya. Do we have political goodwill, Professor, in serving Kenyans and ensuring that each and every single service that they do required is up to par as per the Constitution and as per the policies that we do have?
First of all, we don't know what the policies are. But all in all, before going into a lot of rhetoric, let me draw your attention to companies like Kashiwazaki, Kariwa nuclear power plant in Japan, which is run by Tokyo Electric Power Plant Holdings. You'll find out that that company produces 8.2 guitars. That company alone in Japan, whereas Kenya produces 3.84 guitars. And how many companies in Japan alone, as tiny as it is, are given the monopoly? The issue with Kenya is monopoly and the oil barons. Starbucks owned by Ruto, Ruby's owned by the Uhuru Kenyatas, and the other gas companies owned by the Railas. What do you expect? If you look at those other companies outside the country, you'll find out that this issue of this levy, that levy, this levy, that levy does not exist. If you look at the Constitution is very clear. It talks of rights and economic rights. Economic rights are economic rights which are fundamental, not privileges. These rights are constituted in the preamble of the Constitution, which means that you cannot touch on those rights without first of all referring to the people, the very, very people in the preamble. Now, when they are raising these taxes through these policies that we do not know, have they asked the people? My alternative would be, and this is why I said I'm living 50 years ahead of Kenya in terms of economic development. We look at the industrial hemp as a solution. Industrial hemp as a solution. And to those who are listening to me now in this studio, you can Google top 5 countries leading in industrial hemp production. With the industrial hemp production, which Burkina Faso is the first country in Africa that have taken that route, you'll find out that the issue of reliance on the Middle East should be an issue of the past. One thing that you'll never find in brackets is Israel. Does Israel import oil? Find out where it does. Or how does Israel survive? Israel and China fully relies. China relies on imported oil. Israel has got its own systems of producing oil. And if I may look at the 5 top countries that are involved in industrial hemp, you find out that China tops the list, followed by India, USA, Canada, and Netherlands. And if you look at the market values, you look at the production statistics, production volumes, you find of the strengths and regulatory protocols, you'll find that the people who are the consumers in that particular environment are the people who actually make or contribute towards policy, which is reviewable by their own mandated organs. Look at France, for example. France is leading in hemp production, of which it produces 50%. Now, if Kenya, for example, produced hemp, then we will not rely on imports because we shall have our own fuel, we shall have our own gas made out of hemp, because our soils, from what I said before, when I first said that I was running for president, has come to pass today. Why would we be fighting for importing oil from the Arab countries with middlemen, with the monopoly of people like Kenya Pipeline, whose corruption scandals have been increasing day in, day out? Look at the fuel shortages in this country. Why would we be talking of fuel shortages, yet we could have, if we could have grown hemp, would have reached very far? For example, now wacha niongee kwa Kiswahili kidogo, wale wafuasi wangu wa Kiswahili wasikie.